Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for being here as always. And we finally have a teaser trailer for Solo: A Star Wars Story. Ugh, and I love it. Yep, I'm a sucker. I'm a fanboy. I'm a blind fanboy for the Disney regime. I like anything with the name Star Wars in it. Unless, you're talking about Rogue One or Legends of Luke Skywalker or Lords of the Sith or a couple of the comic series but we'll just ignore that. I love everything about this trailer. We're going to go ahead and watch it all the way through. I'll do a little bit of commentary through it, and then we'll go back through and do a full breakdown of what at least I see and what I'm hoping I see. So let's go ahead and give it a one good watch now.
I've been running
I love
scams
that guitar
since I was
so
10.
much.
I was kicked out of the flight academy for having a mind of my own. I'm gonna be a pilot. Best in the galaxy.
Hey, kid.
I don't know,
Putting
man.
together a crew.
I'm guessing that it's going to be a heist film, just in general.
You in?
That's yes.
I might be the only person. Who knows what you really are?
What's that?
Get ready.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Okay, that just turned into a typical a bad reaction video where it's just somebody in the corner smiling like an idiot. But this is the 20th time I've watched this trailer or more. I got up this morning, probably about 2 hours ago, and I've been watching it pretty much nonstop until now. It's just, I got up at like 11:30. It's 12:53. Yeah, I've been pretty much watching this trailer, thinking about this trailer for the past 2 hours, and I still love it. I'm still smiling like an idiot. Man. All right, we'll do a quick breakdown, and then I'll get to my end bit where I'll talk about my overall feelings on the movie as a whole. All right, we're not even fully into the Lucasfilm logo, but I love it when the sound effects complement the music, or when the music complement the sound effects. I love it when they're almost into the same, like they're two parts of one thing. They're two parts of the entire soundtrack of a video or a movie or whatever. I doubt that the whole movie is going to be like this at all, of course, but man, it makes it a damn good trailer, at least in my opinion. Like like hitting those, like when he's hitting those switches, it sounds almost like, dude, it sounds like a lead into the guitar riff, which that's clearly a guitar riff. And I love the fact that there's a guitar riff in Star Wars, because I like guitars.
I've been running scams on the street since I was 10.
That sound effect sounds almost it sounds like it's ripped straight from the episode 1 pod racing scene. It sounds like it, which makes me a little bit like, it'd be cool if maybe he was flying a pod racer, or operating a pod racer, or whatever. But, man, either way, I still love hearing that sound. That sound, I swear, is ripped from one of the pod racers when they're starting up the Boon to Eve Classic in episode 1. All right? Let's just re-listen to that. Yeah, that sounds like Anakin's pod racer, especially when like he's doing like his course correction and stuff. Okay. So, guessing from that, it looks like Emilia Clarke has known him since he was a punk kid on Corellia. And we know that this movie is supposed to take place over a long span of time. Like, it looks like the first act of the movie is going to be taking place when he's much younger. And then the second and third acts look like they're going to be taking place much later on. That chase scene there looks like they might have like done some shots and some makeup on both of them to kind of make them look a little bit younger. You know, those weird little camera tricks that, you know, they have to, you know, youth up the actors and the performers. Because the Emilia Clarke shot, so that I can find it. Yeah, like, she looks relatively younger in this, and he doesn't have quite the, like, pronounced cheekbones that he does in the rest of the trailer. So this is probably from the first act of the movie. This is, you know, he's probably I'm guessing that he's gonna get caught. She's gonna get away, and then he's gonna end up, enrolling into the military. And then we're gonna fast forward a few years, and then we're gonna end up with him saving Chewie. And then he's going to go back to Corellia, and then, well, they'll end up joining up with Owen Wilson and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, this is why you don't buy white sofas, kids. Don't buy white sofas. Because when you compare this to what the Falcon looks like in The Force Awakens, I appreciate that we're seeing such a clean look at the Falcon. And to me, at least, that's going to make it more impactful whenever I see the Falcon in the original trilogy and the sequel trilogy, because we're going to see the Falcon fresh off the assembly line in this movie, and then, you know, we get to see it in New Hope and it's run down, and then we get to see it in The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and it's even more run down. And that was one thing that the prequel trilogy was missing, was a noble steed for the group of adventurers. They kept switching, you know, royal starships from Naboo, and having a ship that's basically a character, at least to me, works really, really well. And seeing it this young is going to be emotional, which we'll get to that at the end of the video, but I'm not suspecting that we're going to get a lot of emotional, hard-hitting bits out of this movie, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, at least to me. Tallahassee wanting to go zombie hunting, maybe, probably not really, though. Now, I think that's Emilia Clarke, right? Yeah, that has to be Emilia Clarke. That's gotta be Emilia Clarke. So, yeah, it does look like this is going to be a heist movie, though. It looks like we're going to get Owen Wilson's character. Where is he? There we go. Owen Wilson's character is going to end up gathering Solo, Chewbacca, Emilia Clarke's character, I can't remember her name, Chira or something like that, and Lando, and then one other unknown, plus a droid. Man, that's perfect freaking casting. That's such perfect casting to put Lando. I cannot wait to see Donald Glover in this role, man. He's going to be amazing. And then her, I don't actually know who she is. If I recall correctly, he actually got married for a con job in like the comics or something. Solo did, so maybe this is that character, but I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not too worried about all the crazy interconnections anymore necessarily, but I don't know. Not sure who she is. And that alien person, I forgot about that one. Yeah, I'm not sure who this is. This might just be like just a shot of like some mining guild cronies or something, but yeah, like his cheekbones are slightly more pronounced in this, and his jawline especially is a lot more pronounced. So I'm wondering if they're just using different like lighting effects to like differentiate it between very young Han and then kinda young Han. regarding the 20 or the 45-second TV spot that we got last night, Amy Ratcliffe, writer for Nerdish.com, StarWars.com, and also a host on Lattes with Leia in the Coffee with Kenobi podcast feed. Go listen to that, by the way. I really liked one of her hot takes off of that, at least that 45-second teaser trailer that we got during the Super Bowl yesterday, where she said, yeah, of course everybody's wearing hand-me-downs in the original trilogy because Solo stole everybody's style. And yeah, man, it just looks like it's going to be a smooth movie. It looks almost like Total Recall-ish or Blade Runner. Okay, so we didn't get the shot of the train, but this looks like this is happening during that same sequence, the train that we got in the last, the TV spot yesterday. And yeah, give me a good old train heist like the Boba Fett Asajj Ventress arc or whatever that we got near the end of the Clone Wars. Give me something like that in a live action film with that kind of sweet design. Yes, please. Can we? Yeah, I do think Hera is a better pilot than Han Solo. But that was Han doing the work in the controls. Han, yeah, he gets lucky a lot. He's not smart. He gets lucky. But, you know, just rotating on the axis of the... like rotating the Falcon on its axis and swinging wide to knock a TIE fighter into the Maw, what I'm guessing is the Maw around Kessel. Yeah, okay.
Thought we were in trouble there for a second, but it's fine. We're fine.
Okay, I love the moment in the trailer. And this is the last shot, I believe, right? Yeah. All right. So let's just go to full screen mode here. All right. Here's the thing. I don't think that this movie... I'm just going to take these off. I do not think that this movie is going to be a hard-hitting, emotional roller coaster. And I kind of don't want it to be. It's not going to be a super special movie. It's not going to completely change the way we see or think about Star Wars, except for maybe some aesthetical things or maybe some new character moments for the character of Han and Lando, and maybe we might fall in love with one of the new supporting characters. But we're not looking at a movie nearly as dense as The Last Jedi, nearly as emotionally hard-hitting as The Last Jedi. It looks like a dumb, fun popcorn movie. Okay, dumb fun may not, but fun popcorn movie. We're going to go in and just enjoy 2-ish hours of Star Wars adventuriness. And at least to me, I'm totally okay with that. Some people think that that's going to take away the specialness of... That's not even a word, I don't think. But point is, it's going to take away some of the uniqueness of Star Wars. Because Star Wars, we've always had to wait for so long to get the movies. And now they're coming out. Like, this one's coming out 6 months after the last one. I don't know. Like, I don't want... There are certain things that I kind of want Star Wars to Marvelize. And some things I don't want them to follow Marvel's example. I don't want this crazy interconnected craziness of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like, you have to watch every single Marvel movie in order to get the next Marvel movie. At least that's what it feels like to me. And I like the way that Lucasfilm is doing the write it as you go. Just write whatever story you want to write. And if Lawrence Kasdan, the guy that made the character of Han Solo, really. I mean, yeah, okay, Han Solo in A New Hope was great. But most people that got into that character a lot during Empire. Just because of the dialogue. And Harrison Ford's performance of the character. And... If the guy that wrote Han Solo just wants to make a dumb, fun Star Wars adventure-y movie, then great. At least that's just my opinion. I think another factor is that I find myself getting more and more frustrated with the vocal minority of the fan base. And I'm sorry, I'm going to be blunt with you. Vocal minority. Because 67,000 likes, 5,000 dislikes. But if you look at the comment section, I have a bad feeling about this. Donald Glover and Emilia Clarke are probably the only reason I'm going to watch this movie, to be honest. I'd rather watch a movie called The Droid Attack on the Wookiees, the Star Wars meme story. All I want is a standalone pod racing movie. Yeah, it's just like, I love Star Wars, but this just looks awful. Just look, be excited. I don't understand the cynicism, I guess. Like, I get it. You don't want something that you love to suck. I don't know, I've been saying this ever since The Last Jedi controversy started, but like, I get more and more frustrated because the fan base, that vocal minority that I was just talking about, just like it, because they always feel like that same just negative voice. Like, it's hard to differentiate the different voices within those camps. So like, everybody that hated the fact that Disney bought Lucasfilm, at least in my mind, it's hard to differentiate those people and the people that just didn't like TFA, or the people that really didn't like Rogue One, or the people that can't stand the new books, or the people that can't stand The Last Jedi, or the people that don't like the idea of a solo movie. All of those different camps just feel like that's the negativity portion of Star Wars, so I'm just going to put it over here and not worry about it. And that's not fair of me to do, but it, like, when all of your complaints on the trailers and on social media and stuff are, you know, I have a bad feeling about this. And have you ever watched CinemaSins? And well, Red Letter Media did a really good review on it. Rey is a Mary Sue. When you just parrot those arguments, it just doesn't work for me. I don't get it. Just let the inner 6-year-old in you go wild. Like, it's a little bit frustrating to see CinemaSins and Red Letter Media being taken so seriously. I'm gonna be blunt. People are using that as like proper film critique nowadays, and it just let your stupid, dumb 6-year-old kid just go, yeah! Like, there was one comment, one reply to a comment that I was reading on this earlier, on like my 18th rewatch of the trailer. And it said something along the lines of, at least I don't have a Pavlovian reaction to clap every single time I see the Millennium Falcon. And I say, why is that a bad thing? Like, okay, yeah, good for you. You know about one of the most famous experiments inside of the field of psychology. But why is that a bad thing? Like, you can criticize people just having random bursts of joy because of, if they're getting that from, you know, hurting people or doing something negative that harms society as a whole, or, you know, whatever, or hurting themselves. Like, yeah, criticize that. But when it's a Star Wars movie, yeah, you're damn right. I'm going to go, ATST. I may have been very critical of what Rogue One did with nostalgia, but I still cheered when I saw the ATST. I still loved seeing Imperial Star Destroyers. I still loved seeing X-Wings, like T-65 X-Wings, my favorite kind of X-Wing. Yeah, the T-70 looks amazing, but it doesn't look as good as the T-65 in my opinion. I still appreciated that bit of nostalgia. I did, like, the inner 6-year-old just went, that looks sweet. I like that. I don't know. But I've gone on a rant about the fan base a little bit too long. Overall, this movie looks like it's going to be dumb fun. I'm a little concerned, not necessarily for myself, but for some fans that I know, who don't want them to do lots of turn to the cameras and winks. Like, just a little bit earlier on in the trailer, where was it? He's like, oh, we're in a bit of a tight spot there, but we're fine here. We're fine. And, you know, that's kind of a turn and a wink to the camera and referencing, you know, we're all fine here. We're fine. How are you? But to me, that makes the character, like, that makes it feel like this is a younger version of A New Hope Han Solo. I don't know. I'm looking forward to a crazy, dumb, fun movie, especially after the emotional suplexes and body slams that I endured throughout TFA. I'm looking forward to just a dumb, fun Star Wars movie. I don't know. What do you guys think? Because I want to do another episode of Rambling Back. The last episode we did, I had Katie on the channel, and we basically responded to your comments about The Last Jedi, negative comments about The Last Jedi, and that was tons of fun, and I loved doing that for you guys. I love doing that with Katie, and I've got a different guest lined up, a very, very exciting guest lined up. So, what are your thoughts on this trailer and this movie in particular? Let me know down in the comments down below. Did you like the trailer? Were you hyped about the movie beforehand and now you're kind of after the trailer? Were you kind of before the trailer and then once the trailer came out, now you're hyped? Why? Let me know down in the comments down below. Me and the guest, probably sometime next week, are going to go ahead, sit down, and discuss those comments, at least a few of them. So be sure to leave a couple down below for us to discuss. Thank you guys as always, and thank you for listening to me rant a little bit more than I usually do about the fan base. You guys are awesome. And as always, may the Force be with you. Take care.